Our world is full of the unknown. Some fearsome, some alien, and some downright strange. There are creatures that shock us to our core with their horrifying abilities. Buckle up as we delve into the bizarre world of creatures that seem like they're from another planet. The Irukandji. You might think sea creatures have to be huge to be scary, but think again. Meet the Irukandji jellyfish, the tiniest terror of the sea. Found in Australia, of course. This jellyfish is only 1 centimeter in diameter, but its sting is a nightmare. It won't hurt much, but it will leave you with an impending sense of doom and even make you feel suicidal for up to 2 weeks. Some people have even ended their own lives after being stung by this tiny menace. Its venom is 100 times worse than a cobra snake and 1,000 times worse than a tarantula. Scary, right? No wonder some folks are afraid to even dip a toe in the ocean in Australia. Goblin shark! Jaws ain't got nothing on this. Deep in the dark depths of the ocean lurks the goblin shark, a living fossil that will send shivers down your spine. Picture this, a tasty squid swimming along, minding its own business, when suddenly the goblin shark appears. With its jaws extending 3 inches out of its mouth, it takes a quick bite, and it's nighttime for the squid. Yikes! I don't know about you, but any animal that can extend its jaw out of its mouth is pure nightmare fuel in my book. No wonder the goblin shark is often described as a living fossil. It's been haunting the depths of the ocean for a long time. Let's just hope we never bump into any one of those jaw-extending nightmares. Peacock spider. Oh boy, get ready for this one, the peacock spider. Now, I know what you're thinking. Combining a peacock with a spider sounds like a nightmare for arachnophobes. But hold on, these little creatures are actually fascinating. They're named after peacocks because of their flashy mating ritual that's sure to impress any potential mate. And guess what? They're only found in Australia, so they're as rare as a unicorn. Plus, they're tiny, like as small as a grain of rice. Can you believe it? But wait, there's more. There are tons of different types of peacock spiders, with new ones being discovered all the time. Talk about a party of spiders. Giant sunfish. Get ready to meet the giant sunfish, the behemoth of bony fish that's native to tropical and temperate waters around the world. It might just stare at you and want to take you on an underwater walk. Just ask the pair of paddleboarders who were thrilled to encounter an enormous sunfish near Laguna Beach. They even thought it was an animal from another planet. Alien suckerfish. Watch out for the alien suckerfish. These beautiful and solitary fish, also known as lump suckers, have a centrally located suction disc that helps them stick to surfaces, including walls. They feed on parasites and lice, making them ideal pesticides for farmers who harvest salmon. Despite their cute appearance, they have to be on guard against predators like seals, sperm whales, and sharks. And their eggs, known as caviar, are a delicacy. These unique fish prefer the cold waters of the North Atlantic and have a knack for sticking around, quite literally. Banana slugs. Meet the slimy residents of moist forest in the Pacific Northwest, the banana slugs. Stretching from Central California to Alaska, these slow and strange animals have a unique attribute: their slime. They produce a large quantity of mucus constantly, which helps them create maximum lubrication with minimum effort. Their slime can absorb surrounding water up to several hundred times its volume, making it their ultimate cleaning tool to get rid of debris that sticks to their bodies. And here's the fun part. They have a mouth on the bottom of their head, giving them a quirky appearance that's hard to forget. star-nosed mole. Hold on to your hats, because we're about to talk about the star-nosed mole, and it's out of this world. Literally, its nose is shaped like a star, and it's totally unique. But wait, it gets better. These moles live in wet lowland areas of North America and use their nose to feel around and hunt for food. And how do they hunt? Brace yourself for cuteness overload. They just boop their nose against the ground up to 12 times in a second. Talk about efficiency, am I right? And the best part? They only feed on small invertebrates like worms, mollusks, amphibians, and fish. So you can admire their adorable booping skills without worrying about mole-induced existential calamity. Creepy barnacles. Okay, so picture this. You're strolling along Marai Beach in New Zealand, minding your own business, when suddenly you come across this bizarre wriggling mass of a creature. Is it a monster from the deep? An alien life form? Nope. Turns out it's a bunch of gooseneck barnacles clinging onto a massive piece of driftwood. These filter-feeding crustaceans are notorious for sticking to anything they can find, from rocks to debris to ships. And let me tell you, they come in numbers. The smell? Well, let's just say it's not exactly pleasant when they're downwind. But hey, at least the beachgoers can now get back to enjoying their view without being grossed out by the decomposing bodies of these barnacles. Woo! Red-lipped fish. Who said fish can't wear makeup? Meet the red-lipped batfish, a fish that's got a flair for fashion. With its uniquely evolved features, including bright red lips, this fish is a head-turner. But that's not all. This fish can also walk. Yep, you heard that right. Its modified body allows it to rest on the seafloor and move around. Talk about strutting your stuff in the sea. So, if you're someone who always thought fish could use a little lipstick, you're in luck. Evolution seems to agree. Barrel-eye fish. Deep in the ocean's twilight zone, you'll find the mysterious barrel-eye fish lurking in the Indian Pacific and Atlantic waters. This fish is a real head-turner with its spooky green glowing tubular eyes that protrude from its head. But here's the real kicker. These eyes can gaze upwards to spot potential prey or even sense predators. And if that wasn't strange enough, its transparent dome-shaped head filled with fluid works like sunglasses, helping it filter out sunlight. No wonder this fish is a rare sight, with marine scientists only encountering it 9 times. Talk about a fish with an eye for fashion. Magna pinna squid. Move over, E.T. There's a new alien in town. Back in 2008, a video of a bizarre creature hanging around an oil platform had everyone scratching their heads. Turns out it was identified as the Magna pinna squid, a long-legged cephalopod that's rarely seen. But theories are still swirling about this otherworldly creature, with some people insisting it could be evidence of alien life. Could it be related to an octopus or jellyfish? Who knows? But one thing's for sure, this deep-sea mystery has got people talking and pondering the possibility of extraterrestrial visitors from the deep. The axolotl. Let's talk about an animal that's as rare as your favorite collectible toys, but way cooler. Meet the axolotl, a unique creature that can only be found in one place in the whole world, Lake Sacamalico in Mexico City. These salamanders are the masters of regeneration, capable of regrowing entire body parts. They're also pretty hungry carnivores, chowing down anything from fish and worms to insects alive or dead. Talk about not being picky eaters. But hey, even when you're desperate for food, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Some axolotls may even wake up one day missing a limb. Oops. Guess everybody's gotta eat. Tongue-eating louse. Hold on to your tongues! This underwater creature is the stuff of nightmares. It's called the tongue-eating louse, and it's a parasitic nightmare come true. Found off the coast of California to Ecuador, and even in the Atlantic Ocean, this creepy critter literally eats its prey's tongue and then takes its place. Can you imagine having a tongue with eyes and legs? It's like a sci-fi monster! And the worst part is, it does this multiple times. Once its host dies, it finds a new victim and becomes their tongue. Talk about a tongue twister. Watch out for this mouth invader next time you're swimming in the ocean. Fish with claws. Okay, so you're scrolling through your feed and suddenly you come across a video of a fish with freaking claws! Like, what in the world? It's not supposed to have pincers like a crab, but there it is, waving those little weapons around. Turns out this fish is a hybrid of two different species. Yeah, it's like the love child of a fish and a crab. Talk about unique! In biology terms, it's an offspring that's a mix of genes from different breeds, species, or genus through sexual reproduction. Who knew fish and crabs could hook up? But hey, let's hope these crazy experiments don't lead to any species going extinct. Tasmanian devil. Looney Tunes is a lot to answer for, but let's talk about the real deal behind Taz, the Tasmanian devil. Turns out the real thing is a bit more terrifying. These creatures are named after the bone-chilling, unique noise they make. When European settlers arrived in Tasmania, they reported hearing unearthly screams from the bush, and naturally, they blamed it on the devil or some demonic entity. Decades later, they finally discovered the source of the terrifying screech, and it wasn't pretty. Tasmanian devils not only have the strongest bite of any mammal in the world, but they also eat every part of their prey, including the bones! So yeah, it's probably a good thing Looney Tunes never touched on that topic. Pangolin. Here's a downer fact for you. The pangolin is the most trafficked mammal in the world. But hang on, let's dive into this scaly anteater a bit more. The name pangolin comes from the Malay word pangolong, which means roller. When this little guy feels threatened, it rolls up into a ball and shows off its impressive scales to potential threats. It's like a tiny armored tank. But not everyone is scared of those scales. In fact, some people want them, and that's why pangolins are trafficked all over the place, especially in China and Vietnam. The meat is considered a delicacy, and the scales are used in traditional Chinese medicine for all sorts of cures. Who knew these cute creatures could be in so demand? Sea serpent. On a sunny day, a group of people stumbled upon a bizarre carcass. It looked like something straight out of a parallel universe. Spectators started calling it a sea serpent, but it turned out to be a deep-sea monster. A long oarfish that was about 3 times the length of a person. The fish had a belly full of plankton and weighed around 150 to 200 pounds. According to researchers, it might have been about 24 feet long when it was alive, but it was only 15 feet long when it washed ashore. The most surprising part? Its 9-foot tail was severed from its body. Turns out oarfish are known to shed weight and save energy by severing their tails to escape predators. Talk about a fishy escape plan. Japanese spider crab. Hold on to your shells, folks, because we're about to introduce you to the Japanese spider crab, the largest known arthropod found in the deep depths of 600 feet. At first glance, it might look like a pile of ancient monsters crawling over each other, but don't be fooled. These creepy creatures are actually crabs gathering to shed their older shells and grow. Just like someone taking off their shirt, these crabs doff their shells to make room for their growing bodies. With their 10 giant legs, these crabs can span wider into 2 fully grown men. They sure know how to shed and shine, these fashion-forward crabs. the pacu fish. You've heard of piranhas, the flesh-eating fish that can tear through anything, right? But did you know that there's a more peaceful vegetarian cousin out there? Meet the pacu fish, the fish eater, but of a different kind. These freshwater fish native to South America prefer a more sustainable approach to their diet. They're into algae, plants, nuts, fruits, and yes, even small fish. Well, they're pescatarians after all. But don't worry, they're not as terrifying as piranhas. They have smaller jaws, only one row of teeth, and they won't go after anything other than fish. So, if you encounter a pacu, chances are you'll make it out alive. Unless you're a little fishy. But hey, at least they're a slightly less scary predator, right? Sarcastic fringehead. Get ready for some oceanic sass. The sarcastic fringehead fish is a big, bad blenny that's not to be messed with. Just look at how terrifying it truly is. Found in the coastal waters of California, these fish are known for their territorial behavior. They defend their dens from other fringeheads by slamming their huge mouths together in an epic insult war. With purple tongues, double rows of teeth, and fluorescent yellow mouth rims, these fish mean business. It's like a who's got the biggest mouth competition, and the winner gets the best den and a chance to mate. Talk about a fishy battle of wits. Living dead leaf. This bug from South Asia is a total master of disguise. Its uncanny resemblance to dried up dead leaves is so on point, it'll make you do a double take. With intricate patterns that look like dirt or burn marks, and a body that mimics decayed vegetation, this mantis knows how to discourage both bug eaters and leaf eaters. And forget about just sitting still. These bad boys actually move to sell their disguise. When threatened, they'll sway gently as if caught by a light breeze, or rearrange their position to intimidate. Talk about a bug with attitude. Platypus. You know how most animals fit neatly into categories like mammals, amphibians, fish, birds, or reptiles? Well, not the platypus. These cool creatures from Australia don't play by the rules, and they do whatever they want with their balance of nature. With a paddle-shaped tail like a beaver, a sleek furry body like an otter, a flat bill and webbed feet like a duck, and the ability to lay leathery eggs and produce venom like a snake, they're the definition of unique. Scientists even scratch their heads over how to classify them as mammals. But that doesn't stop these carnivorous critters from rocking their own style and ruling the animal kingdom in their own way. Talk about nature's rebel. Mexican burrowing toad. Rainy days bring frogs and toads, but this one is a true character from another planet. Introducing the Mexican burrowing toad, found from Texas to Mexico. With its round, flat body, short, stubby legs, and small, pointed head, it's like a comical video game character come to life. And the sounds it makes? Hilarious! It's like a vehicle running in a video game. You've got to hear it to believe it. When frightened, it blows up its body like a balloon, and it's a master digger with its horny spades on its hind feet. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by a subscriber. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it to us. Who knows, we might even feature it in one of our videos. This picture was sent to us by a subscriber in hopes to have more light shed on it. Today's subscriber's pick, what I believe is pointing towards the commercial fishing of a giant squid or a Humboldt squid by a bunch of fishermen. What do you guys think? These people catch squids in open oceans through huge vessels and then cut and process them in a factory for commercial use. Some people object to their way of catching and butchering these marvelous sea creatures, while others feast on them. Which one are you? That's it, guys. I will see you again with another video. Until then, check out my other videos. Coati Mundi. Alright, buckle up because we're about to talk about the Cody Mundi. And no, it's not a new dance move. This little fella gets its name from the way it sleeps, with its nose tucked into its belly. It's like a built-in nose belt. And guess what? It uses that nose to sniff out tasty treats like beetles, termites, and even little mammals or reptiles. Talk about a talented sniffer! But that's not all, folks. This dude is an excellent swimmer and climber. Sea sapphires. Next up, get ready to be dazzled by sea sapphires. These mesmerizing tiny crustaceans that change color every moment. With their alternating layers of hexagonal crystals and cytoplasm on their backs, they create a sparkling ray of colors that vary from endless blue to shades based on their preferred depth. But here's the catch. Female sea sapphires are exclusively translucent, making them rarely visible to the human eye. Talk about elusive beauty. These small wonders are found at the base of the ocean food chain, in the ocean and nearly every freshwater habitat. They're like nature's own chameleons, using their color-changing superpowers to find their perfect mating partners.